Plans for a new student housing complex in State College have run into a snag.
It was announced in December the complex will be built at the Westerly Park Plaza, but since then there's been an unexpected twist.
Now planners either have to cut the red tape or go back to the drawing board. Tim Durkin explains why.
It's a ghost town on the eastern side of the Westerly Parkway Plaza, but Landmark Properties is trying to change that. Back in December, they proposed a plan to create a student housing complex with 142 units with roughly 550 beds. As the Planning Commission looked into it, they discovered something that quickly threw a wrench into the plans.
We did some due diligence and found that there was a deed restriction that dated to 1971 when the original shopping center was built, and it restricts any development along Wapelani. So that was required to be either parking or landscaping.
Planning Director Ed LeClaire says he assumes the restriction was put in place because there was a desire to put in more parking for the shopping center at that point in time. Fast forward a couple decades later to today, and now that's not the case, but the restriction remains. Landmark Properties didn't want to change their plans.
One, it was more parking spaces than they need. Secondly, it would really create kind of a sea of parking along Wapelani.
At State College's council meeting this week, they negotiated an amendment to the deed that would let Landmark Properties go ahead with their design. The borough also met with CATA and neighbors of the plaza to help create ease of access and reduce noise. If the amendment isn't approved, Landmark also submitted a plan that respects the restrictions put forth by the deed, but LeClaire says that's not the design they want to build.
Most developers who build residential in the borough build student housing. It's the proximity to campus and the lack of supply.
If the council approves the amendment at their April 21st meeting, the Planning Commission will review the final land development plan. LeClaire says we could expect demolition to start in the fall. Reporting in State College, Tim Durkin, WTAJ News.